Hello and welcome back to Green-HillGaming, where I share my passion of video games with the whole wide world. In this live stream, I am playing the final day of Season 1 of Fall Guys. So sit back, relax, stay safe, and more importantly, enjoy the live stream. Now that formal introduction is out of the way, my previous live stream, Fall Guys decided to crash and have already received an invitation. Lovely. Yeah, the game crashed. That is why the live stream came to an abrupt end. But I'm back now, and I think I already have Magneto in the live stream. So, like not never happened, let's just continue. Yeah, unfortunately this game is riddled with bugs, sometimes game crashing bugs. So apologies about that. And it is in fact Magneto in the live stream. Thank you so much for coming back to the live stream and for inviting me to another game. Much appreciated. So welcome back to the live stream, Magneto. Yeah, so from time to time this game will crash and freeze and become unplayable. Hopefully all of those bugs get exterminated in Season 2 tomorrow now. So hello to my 4 lovely viewers currently watching the live stream. You're all very welcome to Green-HillGaming, where I'm back live streaming the final day of Season 1 of Fall Guys. Hope you're all doing very well and enjoy the live stream.
Hey there, Johnny Boy.
Chad Middleton, hello to you and welcome to Green-HillGaming, where tonight I'm back live streaming Fall Guys, the final day of Season 1. How are you, Chad? And it is great to have you in the live stream. And how do you do to my 5th and lovely viewer? You are also very welcome to Green-HillGaming, where I'm live streaming the final day of Season 1 of Fall Guys. So how are you all keeping? How are you all getting on? Really looking forward now to Season 2 of Fall Guys, which will leave tomorrow. Brand new stages, brand new costumes, all with a medieval theme. So you can actually have a costume for like a dragon, a wizard, a knight, and all those kind of medieval type things. I presume the mini games will be all medieval themes. So I see like castles in the background and stuff like that. So it's going to really freshen up Fall Guys. That's actually the good thing about Battle Royale games that have seasons, is every season is completely different. Ah, good stuff, Chad. Song was good, man. Any breaking video game news for me? I know about the Nintendo Treehouse, but honestly I have no interest.
Again.
Who do we have? Hello again, Victor. Apologies about my previous live stream. Fall Guys decided to crash, bringing down the live stream along with it. So that's what happened to my previous live stream. But thank you so much for coming back to the live stream. Great to have you as always, Victor. Hopefully no, we'll have no more oh, I forgot this was actually a team-based tail grab. Hopefully no, the game won't crash again. Give me your tail. Give me your tail. Thank you. And I hope as well that in Season 2
he passed away this morning.
Who did? Who did? Wait, no, I'm confused now. Who did? The hell?
Sup, Victor and Magneto.
Alright, Chad, who did?
Eddie Van Halen.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. I was confused there for a second. Oh, that's sad. Damn it. Come off it. In team games. Team games, like... You know, I don't want to sound like one of those people, like, with team games that is completely retarded. Like, they make absolutely no fucking sense.
Sup, Chat M.
In like in a battle royale game, that absolutely make like no sense. Like where you're in a game where you're aiming to be the last player standing, it just makes no sense to have a team game in the middle of it. I hope that gets fixed. Oh shit! I didn't realize. Oops! I didn't check to see if he qualified. Oh fuck! All right, I just wait until Magneto returns. Don't know if he qualified or not, but I'm just gonna ready up. Oh, I didn't qualify. I'm gonna in a not to sound bad, but I'm glad he didn't qualify because I don't want to be waiting. Been watching a lot of The Witcher lately, Chad. The Netflix series, that is. You know. Because I may not have Witcher 3 and I may have no...
You saw the cast for the new Resident Evil movie?
I heard about that actually. I heard about the cast. I gotta say I don't know who any of those people are. And I gotta say I haven't watched any of the movies and series that those actors are from. But I have to say I'm very intrigued by what I heard in terms of what these movies are actually going to be about. So the actors are one thing, but the fact that it's going to tell the story of the first 2 Resident Evil games, like the Raccoon City incident, that has me really intrigued, and it's something I've actually wanted for quite a while now.
Wesker actor needs to exercise. Emoji wide smile.
I've no idea who he is, but I find it interesting how there's an actor playing as Albert Wesker that's from a series called The Umbrella. Really interesting. But though I can't say I don't know any of those people. I mean, maybe if I saw their faces I might say, oh, I've seen him somewhere before, but no, they don't ring a bell, like. They don't ring a bell. I have to say no. So what I'm trying to say there is, like, because I don't know who they are, I don't really have like an emotional response. Like, I'm not really kind of saying, oh, that's my favourite actor, he's going to play Chris Redfield. Oh, I've seen him in my favourite series, you know, so I don't have that kind of reaction as far as the actors are concerned. But as far as the story and plot is concerned, I'm very, very intrigued. I like the fact that they're going to be telling the story of the Raccoon City incident, like the first 2 games. Sounds to me like they're staying very true to the source material.
Jill actor was Ghost in Ant-Man 2.
Never seen the Chad? That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know who any of these people are. Maybe I'm showing my age, I don't know, but I have no interest in all those kind of like Ant-Man movies and whatever else. I just couldn't care less, to be honest. I keep fucking quitting to the fucking thing. I'm not a fan of duos. For fuck's sake. Oh no, wait, I can watch, I can spectate. So that they're telling the story of Resident Evil 1 and Resident Evil 2. So I think Chris Redfield. Did he? Did Chris Redfield get announced as well? I think Chris Redfield, Jill. Yeah, it was Chris. Well, no, yeah, that makes sense. So I presume Chris and Jill are going to be in the first movie, and Leon and Claire are going to be in the second movie, if I read correctly. And Wesker is there as well, and William Birkin. So I presume Wesker will be in the first movie, along with Jill and Chris. And then the second movie is going to have William Birkin, Leon and Claire, if I read correctly. I just want to say howdy do to my 6th lovely viewer who has just rocked and rolled their way into the live stream. Great to have you on Green-HillGaming, where I am live streaming the final day of Season 1 of Fall Guys. Hope you're keeping well. Currently I'm in a duo with one of my subs, Magneto. Also goes by the name of... Can't find him. Did he even qualify?
Poor Brad live actor.
What? Poor Brad live actor. I don't think Brad is in it, is he? I don't think he qualified. I can't find the Magneto and it's pissing me off. I don't think he qualified. I'm exiting.
No.
Oh, I didn't. I thought you qualified. Okay. Let's go. Twice the Fallout players are getting very good. Or Fall Guys players are getting very good. This is starting to remind me of my time of playing Resident Evil Resistance. It's like I didn't play it for a while, and then players just got really good at the game, and by the time I came back, then like I just didn't stand a chance. But yeah, Chad, I'm actually very excited about this Resident Evil movie franchise reboot. Love the fact that they're going to be telling the story of the first two original Resident Evil games, telling the Raccoon City incident. Something I always wanted. I hope as well what they do is they explain on the big screen, like show on the big screen the moment where stars like Jill and Chris go to the Raccoon City Police Department.
How did you like The Witcher show?
Oh yeah, I'll get that in a moment, but I hope that they tell that story of when stars actually go to the Raccoon City Police Department and tell them everything, like the Umbrella Corporation were behind the bizarre incidents in the Raccoon Forest. It was because of a virus called the T virus, which the Umbrella Corporation leaked. Albert Wesker, our captain, was working for the Umbrella Corporation, you know, and obviously then eventually realising that Chief Brian Irons was actually receiving bribes from the Umbrella Corporation, so therefore like they weren't really listened to. So Chris and Jill and the rest of them have to have like an internal investigation into Umbrella themselves and research into the situation themselves. So I hope all that's going to told as well, like, you know. But yeah, I think it's very interesting. The cast is very interesting. You know, it's not like some new character like Alice. You know, it's going to have Chris, it's going to have Jill, it's going to have Wesker, and then again, I presume the second movie will have Leon Clare and William Birkin. So very intrigued now by that. And that's on top of two Resident Evil Netflix series. That's insane. If you add all that up, right, you got two brand new Resident Evil movies on the way on the big screen, and you've got two Netflix series, one CGI and one live action. So that's just unheard of, to be honest.
Wesker Kids.
No, yeah, unheard of. Loving the Witcher Netflix series. Have to say, I've never played a Witcher game. I've never read a Witcher comic or the novels, whatever they were originally based off. But I really am enjoying The Witcher now. Good story, good action. It's funny as well. So gotta say, I'm enjoying it. I'm probably on to the 5th or 6th episode now in season 1. So yeah, gotta say I'm a fan of it. You know, I mightn't be playing any Witcher games. I mightn't have Witcher 3. I have no plans to get Witcher 3. But as far as the Netflix series goes, I'm very intrigued. I like it. Ah, come on.
Emoji grinning face.
So now when I actually found out about the Resident Evil movie news today, I thought that it was, I came across it on Kotaku, and I thought that they were just recycling old news. I was like, so I know this, because it's been around for a while, like, the Resident Evil movie reboot. But then I actually looked into it, and they were like, mentioning all these, the actors, the cast. I was like, fucking hell, this is actually new, like. And then after read that they're going to be telling the story of the Raccoon City incident, like, I was, this is what you want. Like, I mean, you don't want, if you look at, like, I enjoyed all the Resident Evil movies, but, like, so after the second movie, like, they were gone from Raccoon City, like, you know. So at least now this is going to be focusing on the source material, like, you know. I don't think anybody can have a problem with this movie, like, you know, it's going to have Chris.
I watched The Wailing last night. It's a Korean horror movie.
I actually
Great
heard about
film.
that. Fucking hell. Okay, so long for the strategy of sticking to the far right. Of the screen, that is. That's not a political statement. Well, fuck. My strategy didn't work.
Made it.
Good stuff, Magneto. Where is he? Good stuff, man. At least Magneto made it. I'll spectate you.
Good job.
Yeah, good job, Magneto. Bring back the win for Green-HillGaming. Oh god, it's a team game. No, I seriously hope that in Season 2 they'll completely get rid of all the team games. There he is. Magneto, you're live on Green-HillGaming right now. No pressure. I think he's acting as goalkeeper at the moment. No, no pressure on you. You're live, you've been spectated right now. Not only have you the pressure of being a goalie, Magneto, but you have the pressure of being a goalie live on Green-HillGaming.
Your favorite game.
I know, yeah, my favorite game. Yeah. Do you know what's stuck in my head as well, Chad? After watching The Witcher, the song. You know the song where toss a coin to your Witcher. Stuck. Is that in the game? Because you know, if there was if there was any thing that would get me to buy Witcher 3, I think it would actually be that song. To be honest, I'll make a deal with you. If that's in the game, I'll buy it. I'll actually buy it tomorrow. And don't lie to me, Chad. So if I go down and buy Witcher 3 and that song isn't in it, I'm going to kill you. Like the Witcher himself. I'll track you down. And by the way, the blue team seems to be doing very well right now, if I'm looking at it correctly. It is currently 6-0 to the blue team right now. So Magneto, it looks like Magneto is going to be qualifying, unless something goes horribly wrong between now and 10 seconds. I think I just jinxed it. No, oh, we're doing fine. What am I saying? Yeah, 7-0. 7-3, sorry. I'd make a great commentator, wouldn't I? Round over, qualified, didn't they? Did they qualify? Yeah. Oh man, this is the final, I think it's the final stage. Magneto, you have it. You have it. What's it? I think it's going to be, I don't know really. Could be hexagon. 9 qualified. And there's not too many people for fall mounting, who knows? Oh, fall mounting, here we go. Yeah, Chad, is that song in The Witcher 3? I'm deadly serious, I'd actually buy the game for the song. Anyone who knows me knows I will... I would do that, like, I would buy a game for one song. Come on now, Mr. Hot Dog. We've got this. Alright, he's a hot dog, isn't he? Yeah. No pressure, Magneto.
Which song?
Toss a coin to your Witcher. I was saying that there's a song stuck in my head after watching the Witcher Netflix series. The song "Pass the Coin to Witcher" stuck in my head. There should be, if there isn't, there should be a deluxe edition. Oh, unlucky Magneto. Unlucky. You did good. You did good there. That was a very good effort. It was a valiant effort there, that was. Well, Chad. If I asked an Xbox question, you'd respond quicker. Fuck's sake, like. Now then, Google at this stage. You know the song, don't you? Have you seen the Witcher Netflix series?
I don't think so.
Oh, fuck. Well, Chad, there is no chance in hell then of me getting the Witcher 3 anytime soon. So, you know. I've kept my promise.
The hot dog is
myself. Huh. The hot dog is fat. Yeah, the hot dog is too fat. That's a valid excuse. That's a valid excuse. Like that.
Emoji crying face.
I forget what I was going to say. No. No chance of me getting the Witcher 3. I was going to say something in relation to that. Oh yeah. I mean, I said from the get-go, the second that Nintendo revealed the Nintendo Switch in January of 2017, as far as like revealed the actual like console, what it's going to be, what it's going to do, the games. And once I heard like that this game was coming to Switch and that game was coming to Switch, you know, I knew straight away I'm not going to buy a game just because it's coming to Switch. You know, like I'm not going to buy like, oh, this game was only on PS4 previously, so therefore I'm going to buy it. No. And I'm stuck by it, and I plan on continuing with that mindset. It's just I had no interest in The Witcher 3 prior to its Switch release. Why would my mindset change just because it's released on Switch? That's where my mindset is. That's where my thought process is when it comes to why doesn't Johnny have The Witcher 3, Diablo 3, Overwatch, Dark Souls, among many other, you know, big kind of like blockbuster third-party games on Switch. Why doesn't Johnny have those games on Switch? It's because I didn't have any interest in those games prior to its Switch release. So why would it change just because it's on Switch? Whereas if I found out,
try new things. Emoji thinking face.
But it's okay. But why? Why? I mean, The Witcher 3 has been out for years before it released on the Switch. So, like, try new things. Like, I'm not just going to try new things just because it's released on the Switch. Do you get me? I mean, why would I buy it on Switch? I could buy it on PS4 as well, you know? Like, I don't want to become one of those, like, Nintendo sheep that, like, probably don't have a PS4 or an Xbox One and just like go crazy when these games come to Switch and only buy them because it's
play on PS4. Emoji grinning face.
I could. That's the thing. I'm looking at my fucking comments on him. Yeah, I could. That's the thing. Like, I mean, there's no guarantee that I'm gonna like buy it on Switch. Yeah, but like as far as trying new things is concerned, like that's like you could apply it to anything in life. You know what I mean? I have no interest in The Witcher 3, and that mindset hasn't changed just because it's on Switch. You can say try new things about anything. You know what I mean? That's true, chat. But like, I don't have any plans on trying out The Witcher 3 anytime soon, and it's definitely not going to change because the game is on Switch. Whereas if I found out that Resident Evil 2 Remake was coming to Switch, so the Marshmallow qualify. I can't tell. Marshmallow, did you qualify? Magneto did. Oh, he did, I think. I don't know, I can't fucking see. Everyone is wearing the same fucking costume.
You shared emoji link. No.
Okay, I know we can return to the menu. So, what was I saying? Yeah, so Capcom are bringing their first Resident Evil engine game to the Switch, Monster Hunter Rise, the latest entry in the Monster Hunter franchise. That's coming to Switch. It's a Resident Evil engine game. So that has me excited. Thinking of the possibility of a Resident Evil 2 remake and Resident Evil 3 remake, and even Resident Evil 7, and hell, even, and this might be a far-fetched here now, but possibly even Resident Evil Village, because Capcom has said they're looking into bringing it to PS4. So if they can bring it to PS4, then they can bring it to Switch, because every game that I mentioned there that I didn't get on Switch have all been on PS4. So it's possible, like, I mean, it's 100% possible to bring a, you know, PS4, Xbox One quality game to Switch. There's plenty of games that do that. Overwatch, Outlast 1 and 2, Mortal Kombat 11, among many to come to the Switch. So that's a game that I'd be interested in getting, and those are games I already have as well, by the way. But even
Capcom loves the ports.
They do, yeah. Well, a lot of companies love the ports. EA love the ports, don't they? They're bringing over Need for Speed. Rockstar. I mean, are we going to ignore Rockstar? You know, everyone likes to give their opinion on ports. Oh, there's too many ports, there's too many re-releases. Come on, I don't buy a new console for old games. Why is everyone ignoring Rockstar? I don't know. Rockstar, Take-Two, Billy Bob Joe, whoever the fuck is responsible. I don't give two fucks who's responsible at this stage anymore. I just know that I'm getting sick to fucking dead of GTA 5, you know, being pushed down my throat. And I'm sick of the fact that it's been 7 years since GTA 5 got released. So I don't, Rockstar, Take-Two, you know, the fucking Queen of England, you know, whoever the fuck wants to take the responsibility there, like, you know, I don't care. But that's what you call you know, a port. I mean, PS5 is coming out, Xbox One is coming out, and what are we getting from GTA? GTA 5. You know, so yeah, ports are everywhere, chat, everywhere. Tons of ports. I'm trying to think of a game that got released that I would be interested in that I never got around to playing. It's actually kind of hard, because I actually got most of the games that I would be interested in playing. I think that if Metal Gear Solid 4 came to the Switch, I'd buy it. It's a random game, but I'm thinking I had it on PS3, but I never got around to actually playing it. So they are games. They are games that are, you know, that were on PS3 or even PS4 that I didn't get around to playing, that I would buy in PS4. But it's not going to be a game that I already knew about, that I made a decision that I wasn't going to get it on, even on PS4. I'm not going to change my mindset on those games just because they come to Switch. You know what I mean? That doesn't change. I don't know how many times I'm after having this conversation with so many people, like, but I just want to be so clear about it, like, you know. I mean, it's been a long time now since The Witcher 3 released on Switch, and I still haven't bought it. And again, you can add that to many other games that have come to Switch. Overwatch, Diablo, like fucking tons of other games. Recently, what was the other one? The Obsidian game. What was that game? The Outer Worlds, whatever the hell it's called. Among many other, and I'm sure, like going into, you know, the rest of this year and next year, there'll be tons of other. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before we hear about GTA 5 on the Switch. It's only a matter of time. We all know what's going to happen. The whole world will be jumping up and down, singing its praises, and I'll just be ranting and raving about GTA 6. Because I don't give two fucks about GTA 5. It's been 7 years.
Overwatch free trial, emoji smirk.
In America, yeah. In America. You lucky fucker. I wouldn't mind trying it out, like, to be honest, like. I mean, I have heard good things about it. I've been told that I get slaughtered in it, and I shouldn't buy it at all. But I will take that person's advice, because this person slaughtered me in another game, so I will take this person's advice and stay away from Overwatch. But the nostalgia in me, I know it's weird, but like Blizzard in the, oh shit, that's not me qualifying anyway. Oh no, wait, I could have qualified there if I didn't fuck up. I didn't think I actually bastard of a thing. Alright, did Marshmallow qualify there, aka a Magneto. But Blizzard Entertainment actually made Rock and Roll Racing, which is the game I grew up playing.
Made it.
Ah, good stuff, good stuff. Maybe now you will get a win, as in like a crown. Nice. Yeah, nice indeed. Jesus, I'm not playing very well at all for the last day of season 1. I'll have to pick my I'll have to pick things up on season 2. It starts tomorrow. See, like I'm trying to play a lot of different games. I'm trying to balance out my games on my live streams now in future. Obviously, I'm not going to play every single PS4 game, but if I can kind of where are you? There you are. There's Marshmallow. He's a ninja this time round. Chad, I don't know if I asked you, how do you feel about Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity? How do you feel about the prequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild being presented as a fucking Hyrule Warriors crossover? How do you feel about that? Because me personally, I played Hyrule Warriors and I had fun playing it, and I enjoyed the concept of playing a different type of experience and even a story of Zelda being told in a different perspective. No, I was never a huge fan of the Warriors games, to be honest with you. I always found those games to be really repetitive. There's so many of those games I just feel like... But I did play Hyrule Warriors and I enjoyed it for what it was. But in terms of like good stuff, Magneto, he's qualified, or almost. Not the taunt. I don't like, because the thing about Hyrule Warriors is it wasn't telling a new story. It was, well, it actually kind of was, but it wasn't important. But this is going to be canon. This is actually going to be a canon story. This is telling the story of what happened 100 years ago, before Breath of the Wild. I don't like the fact that it's going to be presented in a Warriors game style. I think it'd be much better suited as like an expansion pack to Breath of the Wild, as like a DLC to Breath of the Wild, you know, as we wait for Breath of the Wild 2. So I gotta say, like, I'm not a fan of the fact that it's going to be a Warriors game. Don't know how you feel about it, Chad, but I'm not too happy with it, to be honest with you. I'll probably end up buying it. More than likely I'll end up buying it, like, but it's funny how things have come, because Nintendo has went from a very secluded company, where, what I mean by secluded is they've previously Nintendo didn't really work with third parties that much. They didn't trust third parties that much, and especially with their own IP, like with their own games. And it's went from that to literally Nintendo going to the offices of Tecmo Koei, whoever make it, and literally saying, we'd like you to make the prequel to Breath of the Wild as a Hyrule Warriors game. And they're like, okay. It's not... I don't know. That's how I feel about it anyway. I think it could have been done differently, you know? Didn't need to be a Hyrule Warriors game, like. Magneto, if I were you, boy, I'd focus on getting a few goals there, boy. You're 2-0 down. I'm his coach now, like, I'm his coach. Come on, step it up. Step it up. You got a coach, like, you gotta... I've always wanted to be somebody's manager. For years and years and years and years. Many different walks of life. I've wanted to be somebody's manager, or coach, or just, you know, guide them along the way. I think Magneto has accepted the fact that his team is just shit. I wouldn't blame you, Magneto. I wouldn't blame you. Oh my god, 5-0. I think his entire team is just giving up at this stage. What the hell? But he is the team. Magneto is the team. I didn't realise that. That is just completely unfair, like. This is why I hate team games. Look at this. Oh no, there's two people there. Isn't that just completely... This is why team games need to be removed 100%. I'd say from the whole game, to be honest with you. I'd say from the whole game. Like, there shouldn't be team games, full stop, in a battle royale game. It's last player standing, not last players standing. Like, I don't think they should cave into the fucking the interests of modern gamers. Like, oh, does it have co-op? No, it doesn't have co-op. Fuck off. You know, that's where it should end. You know, it's a fucking last man standing concept. It's obviously an online multiplayer game, but the concept is you are the last player standing. You know? So I think this shouldn't have... Chad's gonna sleep. Chad! Here. If I was having a big conversation here about good old Philly Spencer and his good old mini fridge, he'd be fucking banging out the chats. I want to know what you think of Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity. As far as Pikmin 3 is concerned, unless they announce a mode called Johnny Mode, where it's there's no time, you can casually explore the levels, take as much time as you like, boil the kettle while you're mining for resources or what the fuck you do in Pikmin, and you don't have to worry about anything. And it's literally a mode designed for me. Then I'd be all over that, like. No, because I've actually tried to play Pikmin so many times, like Pikmin 1 and Pikmin 2. And starting off, one of those games that starts off good, you know. And you start saying, I've got the concept of it now, I've got the hang of this game, yeah. I'm gonna have a good time playing it. And then boom, like an RKO out of nowhere. You know, you're just like fucked, like. And you haven't a clue what's going on. So that's what happened with Pikmin 3. I was just fuck it, done. But you know what irritates me, yeah? I think Nintendo just put the effort into actually remaking
I'm
Super
liking
Mario
the characters
64.
and background story.
Of what now? Yeah, but like, okay, fair enough, like, but would it have not... Okay, so story-wise, I presume we're talking about Hyrule Warriors Edge of Calamity here, yeah? Story-wise, yeah, it's good to get that prequel story of what happened 100 years ago in Hyrule, you know, what happened with the Calamity. That's good. And I'm actually looking forward to that myself, to be honest with you. But gameplay-wise, don't you think it would have been a lot better if it had been presented in the style of Breath of the Wild? You know, because if you think of it, forget the name of it now, but the expansion pass that came with Breath of the Wild, in a way, was kind of telling the story of that. In a way, wasn't it? So I do not think that it would have been better as a Zelda fan if that prequel had been a story outside of it, the gameplay side of it. It would have been a lot better if that had been presented in the style of Breath of the Wild. But then again, in saying that, there's even a part of me in the back of my mind that's saying, but think about it from this point of view, Johnny, is what I suppose, like, it was a war that took place, you know, it was a war, it was the soldiers of Hyrule going up against the Calamity, and the champions were more or less like, kind of like, they were almost like generals of that army. And it was a complete war, so I suppose that's not quite Zelda gameplay, is it? So I'm shooting down my own rant, my own argument, as always. But bastard! I actually can't believe that happened. It's marshmallow. What a bastard. Is marshmallow there?
I get what you're saying, but it's still a Dynasty Warriors game.
But that's exactly that's my beef. That's my beef. That's my issue. That's my issue with the game. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity is the fact that it's just another Dynasty Warriors game. That's the issue I have with it. I'd rather it be, I don't think like Neil made it. I'd rather it be a Legend of Zelda title. I'd rather play like one, be presented like one, than just a Dynasty Warriors game. That's my issue with the game, like. I mean, I get what you're saying about the story. It's going to give you more of a background behind the original champions of Hyrule and all that, like. But look, for God's sake, I mean, that could be told in a Netflix series.
We can only hope the Nintendo team added some stuff that doesn't make it boring. I am the default.
Well, you're a good default, good player. Yeah, I hope so too, but I don't know, maybe I could watch the Nintendo Treehouse thingamajig. So I'm still waiting for a full blown out Nintendo Direct, which I think is pretty much confirmed that it won't be happening until at least next year. But I don't know, I think slowly but surely those like mini directs are starting to get a little bit better now as time goes on. They're starting to kind of announce slightly better games, like. So hopefully they will get better over time, like. But yeah, it's the full blown out direct now they're looking forward to, like. But you know, when I heard about all these games like coming out, like even Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, and the ports of Pikmin 3, and even Super Mario 3D, yeah, that's a perfect example I'm going to give, actually. The perfect example. Super Mario 3D World. Here, I heard somebody on my Nintendo, but the Nintendo Switch fan page that I'm joined on Facebook, yeah. Somebody comes along and says Super Mario 3D World is hands down the best Mario game, 3D Mario game. And I was like, is he having a fucking laugh? Like, is he taking the piss, like? I just couldn't get over it. I was like, really, like, is he actually taking the piss, like? But anyway, like, I actually think that instead of Nintendo re-releasing that game, I know you're getting online multiplayer. I know you're getting the, like, extra world or whatever it is of Bowser's Fury. I know all that. But I think the effort that was put into that game, in my opinion... I was
last one to qualify.
Good stuff, good stuff. Lucky. The effort that was put into that game could have been put into full-blown...
He hasn't played Sunshine.
Who hasn't? I played Sunshine. Oh, he hasn't. He definitely hasn't. Here, Sunshine is a good game, but I forgot how bloody frustrating that game actually was. It's extremely frustrating. But I don't think he has. There's a lot of people, I tell you, there's a lot of strange people on that page. I think there are... See, the thing about Switch is, obviously it's a huge success. But it's a huge success because there's something about it that seems to appeal to people who've never even played Nintendo games before. There's something about it that just seems to appeal to everyone. It's a cool console. It's been a long time since Nintendo released a cool console. The cool kid in the block. Like, that's what a Switch is. So everyone is buying a Switch, even people who've never played Nintendo. So, and these people, like, these are the people who are like, what is Animal Crossing? What do I do? And they're like, oh, what else did I come across? No, there was something else. I forget what it was, but they just don't know what the hell they're doing half the time in the games they're playing. And this guy then comes out and says Super Mario 3D World is the best 3D Mario game. I was like, fuck off, you know what I mean? But no, point is, the effort put into making a 3D World again on Switch could have been put into
PC
remastering.
Gamers are playing the Switch.
They are, everyone. So look, the amount of people who have picked up Animal Crossing is insane. I mean, it's already outsold the entire Metroid franchise. Oh my god, that game is sold extremely well. Because people of all fucking backgrounds are playing that game. But anyway, just to get to my point, Nintendo could have remade Super Mario 64 properly, on the standard of the Mafia remake, and even the Crash Bandicoot remakes and the Spyro remakes, proper remakes. Nintendo could have done that instead of giving us a lazy ass Super Mario 64 port. Okay, look, it looks good in HD. It does, I will say that. It looks good in HD. It's good to be able to play it on the go, yeah? All that. But still, like, it's a lazy excuse, lazy effort from Nintendo. Want to see them re-releasing Pikmin 3 and fucking making games like Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity, and then putting all that effort into Super Mario 3D World. It fucking annoys me, like, that we got a lazy collection of 3D Mario games instead of actually getting like a remaster of those games, Like, I don't care about, like, Galaxy is good as it looks good as it is. That, to me, that just needed a HD resolution, which is what we got. But as far as Super Mario 64 was concerned, it would have been a lot better if it had gotten a full-on proper fucking remake. But there you go. Come on, what the fuck, like? I'm stuck. What the fuck? Here. That's the last time I'm taking a fucking shortcut in this game. Shortcut me hole. What is this shit?
Super Mario Galaxy 2 Remastered.
Fuck Super Mario Galaxy 2. Sorry. This shitty ass fucking shortcut. Super Mario Galaxy 2. Here, did you come across the spectate? What the fuck, like, where's Marshmallow? Come on, you can do it, Marshmallow. We're almost there. Did you come across those leaks of that bullshit fucking leak of a Nintendo Direct that was supposed to take place I think this week. Did you come across that? Good stuff, Magneto.
MOG Smirk.
Did you come across that? They were like, they were trying to say, right, that Super Mario Galaxy 2 was going to be DLC to Super Mario 3D All Stars, which would be complete bullshit. If they were going to put it in, they would put it in already. That would piss people off more, to be honest with you, the fact that they're actually being asked to pay for it.
No, I haven't looked into leaks.
You're better off. No, this is an old leak. This is an old leak. I think they were trying to say that it was going to be the 30th of September. That's well gone now, like. Yeah, they were saying that Fall Guys was going to be announced after the presentation, that there was going to be like a new Kirby game. They were going to tease Breath of the Wild 2, and one of the other things was
Ed Boon said something new this week. MOG Smirk.
Hopefully it's the Mortal Kombat collection, the classic collection thing. It has so many names I just don't even know what to call it anymore. But yeah, I hope that's what it is. Here, I had, this is gonna sound weird now. I had the dream about having a dream about Mortal Kombat New Era. Imagine that.
That new Kirby fighter game disappeared.
Disappeared? What do you mean it disappeared? The Kirby edit. I was planning on getting that now. Where the fuck did it go? Here, I didn't quite understand the situation with Super Mario 35, the Super Mario Battle Royale game. Is that game, because speaking of disappear...
I mean, no one's talking about it.
Oh right, I thought you meant it was gone from the shop. And it looks like Magneto is going to be qualifying. Good stuff, Magneto. Is that game, Mario 35, going to disappear next year? Or is it just that if you don't download it, it'll disappear? Because if it's actually unplayable next year, that is the stupidest thing I've ever come across in my life. Like I can understand Super Mario 3D All Stars being limited availability. That happens from time to time. You know, limited edition. You know, limited available. That's fair enough. Like, you know, if you want to buy it, buy it. You know, it's not like somebody is. It's not like Nintendo is going to show up at my door and say, "We have to take back your game." You know, that's not going to happen. Hopefully, but Super Mario. Did you qualify, please? One Magneto.
That's what I heard, unless Nintendo pulls a physical like Tetris 99.
Fucking hell, like that's kind of retarded, like. One Magneto, we've got this. I wouldn't run as much, Magneto. I wouldn't run as much. I would slowly jump, yeah, just like that. Now, slowly jump. Only run when you need to run. Yeah, just take your time and jump. So I find when you run, you kind of like tend to like panic, and then you fall through the tiles quicker, like. See. I feel like I'm jinxing him now.
Y'all got this.
It does, definitely. It's gonna bring that victory home for Green-HillGaming. I'll bask in his victory. You know what? I was watching watching a video from one of my oh, unlucky Magneto. Hexagon is very hard. I was watching one of, you know, Benjamin. I was watching one of Benjamin's videos today. He was talking about quitting YouTube. Now, I found out the main reason why he was thinking of quitting YouTube, and that's because he doesn't have the time. He's busy. He's got things to do, and I feel that's a genuine, like, good reason to at least to stay away from YouTube. Although I don't think quitting YouTube should be the only option. I think if you're busy and you've got things to do, I think the best option would be to do is just take a break from YouTube and take a step back and then return to it when you feel like you have the time. But I thought, because I was watching it and he spoke about like views. He spoke about like his channel is dead, and I've heard this before from other people as well. Like, he said his channel is dead, and he said he wasn't getting enough likes and he wasn't getting enough views, and that's what I heard on the video, like, and that's what I took away from it. And I was actually left a comment, and I was just reminded him that you know, like, YouTube is not about, for me anyway, like, YouTube shouldn't be about likes and subs and views, likes and subs, unless like you want to be a professional YouTuber, like, you know what I mean? Unless you actually want to be a professional YouTuber and you want to make a living off it, then it matters. But if you're just a person who wants to live stream your games and have fun, then the only thing that should matter is just being yourself and having fun and enjoying yourself.
That's true too.
You know? Like, but then I didn't know then like that he actually was busy, like, so he doesn't have time to be on YouTube that much, so that explains it. But yeah, I was just kind of interested in that, because I've heard it before from other people, you know, and I always try to give them advice and just tell them that the only thing that should matter is just being yourself, having fun. The likes will follow, like, the likes will come naturally. You can't force them. You can't force someone to like your content. You can't, you're grabbing me. You can't make somebody, you know, like your content. You can't make somebody subscribe to you, you know. You can, like, but I mean, it would make you out to be really, like, desperate and, in my opinion, like, pathetic, like, you know. But unfortunately, that's kind of like toxic kind of like mentality, that it's a toxic environment that is on YouTube, you know, caring so much about your views and your likes. And I've never cared about my views and my subs. When I say I don't care about my subs, I mean I don't care about the number of subs. I don't look at them as numbers, I look at them as people, you know. Like, Chad, you're a sub, you know what I mean? Chad, away to you, you know. Magneto's a sub, you know, I'm playing Fall Guys right now with him while I'm talking to him, you know, so that's what matters to me, like. And I think yeah, now I'm just thinking of that, like, you kind of, no, I thought of going off YouTube for a lot of reasons, but, you know, well, actually for really big, more or less the same reasons, actually, to be honest. I'm not qualifying here, am I? Fucking seesaw can be a right pain when it wants to be. No. That purple seesaw does not want to come down. No. It's gone. Like the worst playthrough of Fall Guys I've ever had. Oh, I instinctively press circle. I'm not used to playing duos. Actually, a nuisance, to be honest with you. I'm only going to play one more game after this. This is my final episode. I don't know if Magneto has qualified. They want to fix that system. Did you qualify, Magneto? I just want to see. And this is going to my next episode is going to be my final episode. So I don't want to be up all night playing this. See,
no.
Okay. My late night live streams of Fall Guys are kind of like gone now, because a lot of people have a lot more things to do now, so things are back to normal now for people. So, and I'm still here playing video games into all hours of the night. Oh god. Ah well.
I thought we were family like The Godfather. Emoji crying face.
Wait, what? What's that in context to know? You have me confused. What about my late night live streams being behind me? Yeah, I remember when the live stream was rocking and rolling. I'll have to kind of try to plan out my live streams a bit more strategically, I think. That's about the only professional thing I'll do on YouTube. You know, like you won't see me getting a big fucking massive setup of like a fucking microphone and lighting and cameras and all that kind of shit. Like you're not going to see me putting music into my live streams or any shit like that. You know, you're not going to have me worrying about likes and views and subs. But I think the only thing professional that I will do is kind of like look at what content I'm going to be streaming at that particular time and what time I'm actually going to go live as well. So yeah, because I do have a lot of PS4 games now.
Flashy bright lights.
Flashy bright lights, yeah, none of that in Green-HillGaming. But I will be looking into the time I do my live streams, you know. A bit more strategically, like.
Hair color too.
Yeah, the hair color as well, Green-HillGaming. Although if the PS5 camera isn't too big, and it doesn't look like to be too big, and I'm actually looking down there now at my TV, and I can definitely see it fitting right smack in the middle of my fucking stupid thing. I'm not going to qualify, but I'm not going to spectate it. Right. Fuck, I'm gone. Sorry, Magneto. I hope you get the win. But I'm gone. I'll do a little chit chat before I leave, though. Hopefully it won't go into a big massive Johnny Talk. It won't.
G Fuel sponsors.
So if the PS5 camera looks like visually, like when you look at it, so I'm going to go with Magneto. Sorry. It doesn't look too big, but I don't know like where it actually connects into. I doubt very much that it's wireless. So I'm kind of looking at where I'm going to be having my PS4. I know exactly where I'm going to have the PS5 anyway. And it couldn't be that big anyway. Like, I have a 32-inch, possibly bigger TV stand. The TV is 43-inch, but never mind the TV. The TV is fine where it is and it's fitting perfectly fine. But the actual TV stand itself is 32-inch. And on the first shelf, I have the Switch. So like, there's no way that the PS5 is going to like be bigger than the rest of the shelf. Like that wouldn't. There's no way. I know it's big, but it isn't that fucking big. Fucking headlight. So all I have to do basically is just move a couple of figures around. So the PS5 will fit there perfectly. It's just thinking about the connection, like for the camera. I don't know. I don't think I'd bother with a camera, to be honest. Nah, I won't bother with a camera. I didn't need a camera. No, don't need it then. Nah, I won't bother with a camera. I won't bother with the camera. We're just going to listen to my lovely voice from now on. This is the way it's been up until now. I don't see why it needs to change or it has to change. And all the modern gamers and streamers are all like face reveal. I do have plenty of face reveals because I used to do like videos on YouTube on my phone, but I kind of stopped doing them kind of around the time where YouTube decided to be a pain in the ass, and they decided to turn around and say, look, you can't do any more live streams on your phone unless you have 1,000 subs. No way they actually did that, actually. That's a form of censorship. That's what that is. And this won't go into giant talks because I won't allow it to. But it's a form of censorship. It's to silence like the average person, like me and you, the average person that realistically speaking is not going to reach like 30,000
Just use an anime girl profile, emoji wide smile.
I'm waiting for the laugh. But yeah, it's used to silence the average person from speaking out against the narrative way of living, the narrative way of thinking, you know. Yeah, because like up until then, like anybody could go live on YouTube and express their opinions on their phone, you know, and that's what they're trying to do. Now, you can still record videos, but you're not live, so people can't watch you live and they can't interact, and that's what it is. That's why it was done. That's the main reason why it was done. It has nothing to do with monetization. It's got nothing to do with YouTube creators. It's got nothing to do with any of that. It's to silence people because they're basically trying to kind of prevent you from getting 1,000 subs and stuff. Yeah, that's what it is. So tomorrow is season 2 of Fall Guys.
That's too.
Yeah, and it's going to be medieval themed. So it's going to bring completely a new look to the world of the stages, and obviously like brand new stages in that as well. And it's going to bring brand new costumes as well. You're going to be able to play dressed as like a wizard and a knight, and there's a few other ones as well, like dragons and stuff. So all the kind of characters and creatures you expect from the medieval era. Although I don't think dragons actually existed in real life, but nonetheless. So I'm actually looking forward to
movable platforms.
Having a completely fresh perspective. Multiple platforms, or movable platforms, sorry, yeah, I think that's one of the things I've seen in the trailer for season 2 is movable platforms. So it's going to really give Fall Guys a completely fresh perspective. Which is what's good about Battle Royale games, actually, games that have seasons. With every season it brings you a completely fresh perspective. I mean, usually when you play a game, you buy a game and you play it, the experience remains the same. Like, obviously you progress through the story and you progress through the world of the game, but generally speaking it pretty much plays out the same and the story plays out the same. But with each season of a game like Fall Guys, it completely changes up the game. Everything you thought you knew about the game just gets completely flipped on its head, and that's what's going to be interesting about season 2 of Fall Guys. However, I won't be live streaming Fall Guys in my next live stream. It'll be a different game. I'm going to be balancing out quite a lot of games actually on my live stream. It's not going to be just 1 or 2 games anymore. It's going to be quite a lot of games balanced out and
no win.
Randomly, no
Horror
win.
Horror movies recommends.
Oh yeah, unfortunately, it's hard to get a win. It's hard to get a win. Unlucky Ghost Magneto. Maybe next time, man. Horror movies recommends. Jesus, not on the top of my head. I can't think of any. Unfortunately, chat. You've caught me off guard. I know. You've caught me off guard. I know. To be honest with you. The one movie that I always think of, right, after watching this movie, when I hear, I saw this, I'll try to word this the best way I can. Like, when I hear horror, there's only one movie that comes to mind after watching it, and I think I've spoke to you about this movie before, and it's called Funny Games. You should actually look up this movie, and if you can get the original if you can, because the original, oh no, wait, no, sorry, not the original. Well, maybe it doesn't matter whether it's the original or the remake. I can't remember which one I actually watched, to be honest with you. I think it was modern enough? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, don't get too caught up with which version it is. But I would recommend that for horror. Now I know when people hear horror, they think of Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger, you know, going into your dreams and killing you, and oh, the gore as well, oh, the gore. That's what people think of when they hear horror, yeah, and that's really expected. Of course you would think that when you think horror, because that's usually what you get when you watch a horror movie. You get a slasher, you know, gore fest, you know, jump scare type experience from a horror movie. But Funny Games gives you a different type of horror. And I'm not even going to go into it. I'm not even going to explain to you what the movie is, because I think that would spoil it. Now, if you know what it is already, then there you go. But I just think it gives you...
The Last Jedi, emoji smirk.
The Last Jedi. Fucking hell. But I just think no, seriously, I think you should actually watch Funny Games, Chad. That's my horror movie recommendation to you, Chad, this Halloween.
I'm going to look up the trailers.
Funny Games. Yeah, watch the trailer and see what you think. I just think that it is a completely different type of horror. Like, horror can mean anything. Horror could mean, you know, a number of things. Horrific, you know, a horror.
Thanks for the recommendation.
No problem, Chad, no problem. I just can't think of whether it was the original that I saw or the remake. I think it was the remake, Chad, that I saw. If you can, maybe watch both if you can. That would be the best thing, actually.
1997?
Maybe watch 1997. Ah, see, there's a remake and there's an original. Just watch both. Honestly, if you can, watch both. I think I watched the remake. It looked modern enough. It felt modern enough. Just watch both. You know, I would advise you to watch both, yeah. But honestly, Chad, it tells a different... It gives you a different perspective on what horror is. And it's the kind of horror that can happen to anybody at any day of the week, on any part of the world. Like, let's face it, you're not going to go to sleep tonight and have Freddy Krueger or someone like Freddy Krueger into your dreams and kill you. Let's face it, you're not going to have a Michael Myers like type slasher, you know, burst into your house any time and fucking take two bullets to the head and come back from the dead. That's not going to happen, realistically speaking. And you're not going to have someone like Jason Voorhees, you know, coming back from the fucking dead numerous times, you know, to kill you. That's not going to happen. Realistically speaking, these people don't exist. These made up fictional monsters don't exist, because the real monsters are humans, you know, and the real horror goes beyond like, you know, a demon that can into your dreams, you know, like it's a real life horror that, again, as I say, can happen to anyone, any day of the week, in any part of the world. And that's the story. That, yeah. you know me, not going too much. But that's basically my recommendation to you. And I think without going in, I don't want to tell the story of it, but I can promise you, after you watch Funny Games...
Have you seen the original Assault on Precinct 13?
I've actually never seen that movie. I've heard it many times. It's one of those movies where you just continually hear about it, but you just never watch it. That's pretty much my experience with that movie. Yeah, I heard about it many times, never actually seen it. I can't think of any other horror movies. Oh, I don't know if you've seen it, but again, this is another movie that will give you a different type of horror. Because, again, like, I don't want to repeat myself too much here now, but when most people hear horror, they think of like slasher movies, gore movies, and jump scare movies, like Paranormal Activity, Saw, Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, those type movies that have, again, like the gore and the slashers and the jump scares.
I recommend watching it. Gang members teamed up and attack a small abandoned police station.
Yeah, I actually get around to watching that. I'll watch that and you watch 20 games. But I think it's always nice to get a different perspective on horror. Completely like fresh perspective to make you think, Jesus, I never thought that this could be horror, you know? But the other horror recommendation I'm going to give you, I don't know if you've seen it. You may have seen it. But if you haven't, you definitely should watch it. If you haven't, maybe watch it again. Would be The Human Centipede. Now don't worry about the sequels, just the original, The Human Centipede. If you haven't seen it, I'm not going to explain to you what it is, but believe me, like, when you actually watch it, you're actually going to be fucking, like, horrified. Like, it's gonna feel like a completely, like, different type of horror. Like, it's going to get a jump scare. You know, watch Paranormal Activity. Fucking that door banged. You know, that's a scary movie. I got a jump scare. You know, that's so, like, it's not very original, is it? You know, that type of horror experience. It's been going on since the, you know,
I haven't seen it, but heard what it's about.
Oh, you definitely should watch it. So that's my 2 horror movie recommendations for you, Chad. The Human Centipede and Funny Games recommendations right there, because it will give you the kind of horror that you just wouldn't expect to get, and it goes much deeper than someone saying boo and you jump, you know, or like a slasher like Michael Myers or Freddy Krueger, you know, and all the gore that goes along with it, because that doesn't make a horror, in my opinion. It doesn't. I don't think gore makes a horror, you know. That's not really like what horror is. Horror is supposed to be like something that really like makes you kind of uneasy. Yeah, that's the word I would use, uneasy. I think over the years we've seen enough, you know, slashers, we've seen enough gore, and we've had enough jump scares. I don't think it's kind of, at this stage, I don't think it would make anyone really like uneasy. But when you see something completely different, and believe me, when you watch Funny Games and Human Centipede, you will see the fucking definition of different. When you see something different that you haven't really seen before, it would genuinely make you feel like uneasy watching it. Like, I was actually so close to turning off the movie, The Human Centipede, because I actually just felt like I've never like felt that way about watching a movie before. But yeah, I actually think now for you, this Halloween, for watching you know, horror movies, those would go beyond the usual, because you know that those, like, you know, like so many people will watch like Friday the 13th and Halloween and Nightmare on Elm Street, you know, for Halloween, and those will all be the horror movies that will be shown on TV and whatnot, like, and because they're the obvious ones. They're the obvious ones. But how many times have we seen those movies? But like, there's a lot of people who haven't seen Funny Games. I certainly haven't seen it. Like, I actually came across it on TV. I was watching it one night, and there was on Netflix. It might have been Netflix. I'm not too sure where I watched it now, but I was mesmerised by it. I just couldn't believe what I was seeing on the TV. Like, I was like, I've never seen anything like this, you know, and definitely with the centipede as well, the Human Centipede. But I have seen, you know, your typical kind of like Scream now, for instance. I mean, like obviously the whole concept of the Scream series is actually like a parody of slasher movies. So that's what makes that kind of an interesting type of kind of horror. It's like, you know, it's deliberately like meant to be a parody. But yeah, I think as many original horror games or horror movies you can get, and games too, why not, the better, to be honest with you. I think if it's a horror movie you haven't seen, I think it's actually very good most of the time to actually watch it. Now in saying that, it could end up being complete crap half the time, you know, if you come across a horror movie that you haven't heard of or you haven't seen. But yeah, just because it's made by a big studio and it's a big franchise doesn't necessarily mean all the time that it's going to be good, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you know, individually are going to like it either. Can I think of any other horror movies before I end the live stream and get some sleep? No, I don't think other than those two. There's different kinds of ones, like there's different types of. No, I just after watching funny games, I just look at horror in a different perspective now. So it's horror to me is not really expecting it. Like if I watch the next Halloween, for instance, and I'm looking forward to the next Halloween because I'm a big fan of the Halloween series. I've watched all of them actually last year. I think it was last year. No, it was the year beforehand. I actually went through and watched every Halloween movie except Halloween 3, the one where the witches are in it. Or was that Halloween 2? But whatever one I watched, I didn't bother watching that. But like when I watch the new Halloween, I'm going to expect Michael Myers to go around and kill people because it's what Michael Myers does. I'm expecting that, you know. That's what makes Michael Myers Michael Myers. What makes Halloween Halloween. You expect it. But for me, horror is when you're watching a scene and you're looking at it and you're feeling genuinely horrified because you didn't expect what's happening on the screen to happen. And it leaves a completely like different emotion in the back of your mind. That the only way you can sum it up is truly, right, horrific. And that's, you know, puts the horror in horrific is basically what I'm saying there. Yeah, and there's scenes in funny games, and Human Centipede that truthfully does that to you. But no, I can't think of any other ones now. None that come to mind anyway. Other than the Super Mario Brothers movie, the original Super Mario Brothers movie, that Goomba, that big, bald-headed Goomba is one of the most horrific things I've ever seen in my life. So I'd recommend that as well.
Emoji wide smile.
Good old Goomba. But yeah, so I'll let you in with those ones. Funny games, the Human Centipede, and the Human Goomba. So with that said, I will say good night. I will say thank you for watching, chat, and to everyone else as well who watched. Appreciate the...
You should watch the animated Jurassic Park on Netflix.
Didn't know there was an animated Jurassic Park on Netflix, actually, to be honest. I've actually added a load of series and movies actually onto my... It's cool that you can actually add things to your list on Netflix as well. And I like the fact that I've got this fucking TV now that's like smart TV, like, so it's literally like Netflix is the touch of a button away, YouTube and stuff like that, like, so I don't actually have to turn on any console to actually like use YouTube and use Netflix. So I like that. But anyway, we're jabbering on too long, so thank you to everyone who watched, and I'll see you on the next live stream where I'll be playing a different game. As I said, I'm going to be playing quite a few more games than I usually would on live streams. Kind of space them out a bit more. It doesn't mean that like if I'm playing a story driven game or a game that kind of requires like skill, it doesn't mean for me that I'm going to be like I'm going to feel rusty every time I come back to the game. So I'm kind of conscious that I don't try to stream too many games, but anything over 4 games, I think that's good enough. I think the balance out a channel with up 4 games, I think is more than enough in my opinion. So there, that is it for this live stream. This was Fall Guys. So that was literally the final day of season 1. Season 1 will be no more come tomorrow. All of the games gone, costumes gone. Although I presume I still have my costumes. These ones, I presume anyway. I'll snap if I don't. So yeah, it'll be a brand new season. My level, I know for a fact, will be brought down to 0 as well. So yeah, all that is ahead. So I will see you all next time. And again, thanks so much for watching.